Hey everyone, it's Ryzen.
And Liz.
And welcome to the Patriots at Colts. Now we have to win the game because the Chiefs won't lose games they're supposed to lose. We're not supposed to beat the Chargers in LA.
But the Chargers
blew the
game and had a foolish game plan.
They did blow the game. The coaching cost them the game. It's why coaching matters.
Not going for it like 3 times, or just going for it 3 times.
They take the points. They win the game.
And then coughing it up on the 1 yard line with a fumble.
I mean,
like,
that's
come on.
security. But I mean, no, the field goal, and that's a coaching decision.
There were like 9 points that they missed out.
Yeah, that cost them the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's borderline fireable. That's terrible coaching. So we have to win this game now. Whatever. I mean, I don't think the Chiefs are going to get the 1 seed because they still got to play Pittsburgh, Denver, and they got to play Cincinnati. They're going to lose at least one of those games.
Technically, they're like a half a game ahead of us because they
won.
won.
Because they played earlier.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. They're definitely losing one of those 3 games for sure. Because they have the hardest schedule of all the top seeds, of all the 4 seeds right now. The Titans have the easiest, but they're also crippled.
Yep. So the Patriots injury list really isn't that different. The only difference is that Harris and Ronnie Perkins both got ruled out.
They ruled Kajuste out with an illness as well.
Yeah, it's not COVID, it's just an illness.
Yeah, he's just got a cold or something. Maybe a flu. I don't know.
Which, with Harris being out, does it really matter in that
game? They're not
No.
going to run this game. Who cares?
Might as well rest him and let him get...
That's probably what they're doing. They're not going to run this game. The Colts' defensive front is actually big. They're actually set up like us. And honestly, they're set up to be a contender for the next few years because teams have kind of screwed up. Everybody tried to emulate Kansas City at a time when that's dying. That's just not the future of the NFL. You know, having these high-flying vertical receivers on the outside is just... It's a dying art.
It's funny how the power run is coming back.
Yeah.
It's just weird how that's
because
coming back around.
Teams drafted a whole bunch of small D linemen that can cover and small linebackers.
Yeah.
Well, that was stupid because now they just get run over.
Mm.
So that's what's happening. We're seeing a phase change in the NFL. The fact that the Chiefs are somehow 10-4 is amazing to me.
Yeah, even with they still keep throwing interceptions.
They're still questionable on offense at times.
Yeah.
Just weird. Anyway, the Patriots, they have David Andrews questionable with a shoulder.
The injury list for us is the same group of guys.
Still Bentley, still Golden, Brown, Falk, Phillips. Well, Phillips was out of his knee. Obviously, he didn't blow anything out. So he seemed fine with the media, so... He
said he was just, like, freaking out and scared, you know, more than anything.
I think he heard a pop when he was celebrating or something, but there was nothing. It was just in his head.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. So he was fine. The Colts, they've ruled out Antoine Woods with a calf, and Ryan Kelly's questionable with a knee, an illness, and a personal matter. Which is funny.
So he probably won't play?
Probably not, but it's just funny. I've never seen 3 things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, both teams are pretty healthy, frankly.
Compared to the rest of the NFL.
Well, we just had our bye, so. Offensively, I mean, nickel and dime them. That's what we're going to do. The Colts love to take away the deep threat. They love playing, cover 2, Tampa 2. Things designed to take away the deep threat. Well, I mean, we'll underneath you all day long. You do that, so.
Pats love to take those short passes.
Yeah. So the Pats will be able to control the clock quite well, even without being able to run the ball. Plus, the Colts said a couple of things that were bulletin board material, which is stupid.
Saying things like they're going to make Mac Jones be one-dimensional. Come on, guys,
don't say stupid things like that.
Every time that happens, the Patriots
blow
teams
because
out.
they put it on the bulletin board. They do. I mean. And that sounds crazy, but I've seen it happen time and time again. Even when teams otherwise say all the right things, other than that, it doesn't matter. As soon as you give them one thing, it goes on the board.
Like, look what happened to the Raiders last week, having their team meeting and dancing on the Chiefs logo. They got blown out 48-9?
Don't do things like that. Just don't. Don't say, this is why the Patriots say nothing to the media. You don't give any bulletin board talk.
Right.
Because now the offensive line's going to play harder because you insulted them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a smart thing.
No.
This is why the Patriots are so disciplined with that kind of stuff.
Right.
They bench people if they give any sort of locker room feel. It's not a smart thing to do.
No, not in a professional league.
And I know that makes the Patriots kind of boring in their media, but so what? I mean,
they win.
They win, so I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, and defensively, obviously, roll coverage towards Hilton. We'll see if they actually double Hilton. They might double Hilton and put Jackson elsewhere. I don't know, or they might have Jackson just cover him, but they'll probably double him or roll coverage his way on zones. They'll play a lot of those mix and match coverages where it's man pre-snap, zone post-snap, zone pre-snap, man post-snap. So that's what they've been doing. They've been switching coverages post-snap, which is hard to do, but they're doing it very, very well.
Yeah.
And then obviously we need the defensive line to hit their gaps well, contain Taylor. So
he's the number one threat on that team.
He is their best player. Wentz has actually had himself a nice year this year. Had I think a couple of boneheaded picks, like the one pick six. But other than that, he's got like 22 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's having a fantastic year for him.
The other player on the Colts offense that I think a lot of people might discount, who's still a good player, is Jack Doyle.
Yeah. Well,
he's a good red zone threat for the Colts.
Duggar will be on him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I like Jack Doyle, but
good player.
He is a good player.
Been with the Colts for a long time.
Yeah, he has been. He used to be their number 2 tight end, and then he became their number 1 eventually. He's actually a solid player. I think the Patriots are going to win this game. They should win this game.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be tough, but I think they're going to win.
If they can contain Taylor, they'll be fine, in my opinion.
If Taylor gets
less than 100 yards in the game, 100
yards or less, I'd say
that's a win.
That's a win. The Patriots are going to win. Especially if the Patriots get a lead early and the Colts can't run as much, that would especially help. The Colts do like to start fast, so that's another thing is like to slow them down to start. So,
right.
Yeah, got to take away Taylor as best they can. Limit him somewhere to 50 to 100 yards, and I think we'll likely win the game.
That's what they should do.
I mean, granted, they gave up 250 yards of rushing to the Titans and still somehow won, but that was, I think, intentional.
Could have been.
They deliberately didn't stack the box, so
who knows what they'll do.
It's not what they're going to do this time. The Titans just have a unique personnel on offensive line, so I know the Patriots are going to be ranked 19th in rushing defense because of that Titans game, but that Titans game was an anomaly. I would throw that out.
Right.
They're still definitely worse against the run than the pass, but not that much worse.
Yeah, the Colts are pretty close to the way the Patriots team is built.
Yeah, I like the Colts team. They're set up pretty well. Frank Reich's a good coach, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm scared if they make the playoffs.
Well, we got a good shot at knocking them out if we win this game. The Colts are probably going to go 10-7, I would imagine.
Which is probably the best they've played since Manning was there, right?
Yeah. Well, when Manning was there, they used to routinely go 13-3, 12-4. They were a really good team back then. They're still a good team. I think they're only going to get better from here because they got a team that's set up for the way the NFL is moving these days.
Yeah, they're solid.
The days of the Kansas Cities or like how the Bills have built their team, it's just those are coming to an end.
Yeah.
They're going back to old school power football and short passing games. So we'll see. We'll see if we can win this game. Hopefully, stay up at the number 1, and then we got Buffalo next week. So
we should beat them.
We should beat them at home. Yeah. Probably the last game that we're not favored in is tonight. So we'll see. If they win this game, they probably will win out, but we'll see.
Yeah, they have to beat that Colts, and they got to beat Buffalo again.
Yep. And then after that, they get a nice, coasting game against Jacksonville, and then a Miami game that they may or may not need.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest of the last couple of weeks play out.
Yeah. Just need Kansas City to drop one.
So for a final score, I have no idea.
Probably like 2017, I'd say. I don't know.
I was thinking a little bit higher, like 20, like 24 or 20.
Patriots haven't given up, honestly, even the Patriots haven't given up more than, like, I think, what, 10 points, 13 points?
So then maybe it'll be like 24-10.
I mean,
something like that.
But I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be like a 2017. Maybe it ends with a full field goal or something. Or maybe the Colts try to come back and they're up just short or something. I don't know. But it should be a good one. Jones was on the injury list, but he's off now. By the way.
For his thumb. That he somehow hurt on the bye week.
I don't know, dude.
He probably stubbed it.
What was he doing? His own gardening or something?
I don't know. In the winter in Boston, probably not.
I don't know. Like, how do you hurt your thumb? It's like when Brady almost ripped his damn thumb off, handed the ball off.
Yeah, but that was different because he had like stitches in his thumb when he was playing.
So I don't know what Jones did.
What's up with Patriots quarterbacks and their thumbs?
I don't know, but he's fine now, I guess. He didn't act like it was anything worrying, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a weird week because there's games there's games tomorrow, there's games Mondays, and there's games Tuesday because the Browns and Washington just
Rams
COVID
too.
went through and the Rams. All three teams are just decimated.
So you were going to have, I forget all the teams they played, but one of them played Seattle, Eagles, and I forget the last team, but you're going to have 6 teams that forfeited checks. No, it was untenable.
Right.
You could have 2 teams maybe one team could forfeit, but they were going to have 3 teams forfeit.
Right. Most of those teams are in the running for the playoffs too right now.
Yeah. So no, having said that, some of the players are asking for ridiculous things. Now they want to don't test COVID at all. No way.
Nah.
No way. No way. Especially not with the Omicron variant coming. Like, no. You can't.
You're in Looney Tune world.
That's a Looney Tune world. I mean, you can't.
You can't take that risk.
You can't just take all the protocols away.
Nah.
No.
Come on.
But you can do things that test people quicker to try to get them back on the field quicker when they're healthy. Yes, that's fine.
The rapid tests.
But more rapid tests, more available testing, that kind of thing. But you can't just get rid of it because just half the league has freaking COVID. Sorry, like that's way too dangerous.
Silly.
It's
just silly to think that.
Especially how many coaches are like 60 years old, 70 years old.
A lot of them.
Andy Reid, Belichick. I mean, you want to put those guys at risk?
Pete Carroll's up there.
Frank Reich is old. I mean,
lots of them are.
There's a lot. Plus the number of people that have pre-existing conditions.
Right.
So that's crazy talk to ask for that, but the NFL definitely will probably make some changes because they got to get people back on the fields faster. They certainly couldn't have 3 playoff contender teams forfeit. I mean, that's insane.
No, that would just not be.
That ends their seasons.
Yeah, most of them.
I mean, maybe not the Rams, but even them. That'd be pretty close.
Washington would have been done.
Washington would have been done. The Browns would have been done. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
And they're right on the bubble.
Right.
So, I don't know. They had to do something, so. We'll see. Hopefully COVID doesn't ruin this goddamn year again for football, because that really sucked last year.
Yeah. And we've made it this far. Hopefully they can make it another.
It's 4 weeks plus the playoffs. So, I don't know. See what happens. All right, this is Ryzen.
And Liz.
Thanks for watching. Take care.